agreeing here to have a dialogue and talking about the cold, because it is indeed freezing. I was reading the other day an interview with Kusama, and she was saying that in the 50s when she was in New York and there was no heating in her studio, she had all the great ideas, so maybe it's a good omen for today about talking about ideas in the cold. I was thinking, Santiago, maybe to begin with the beginning, because we are here facing the no, and the no will accompany us, throughout the talk, that we could maybe begin with the beginning. And when we spoke last time in Cáceres, when this new museum had opened, the Centro de Artes Visuales, in Cáceres in Spain, and on the occasion of the inauguration I interviewed you. We discussed the sort of beginning of the no, and we discussed also your hero and inspiration, Valcárcel Medina.
Oh, okay.
And of all the artists I met in my life, Valcárcel Medina is probably one of the people who most often said no, because whenever he's invited to do an exhibition, he mostly always said no. Whenever he was invited to do a biennale, he said no. And he just said it's okay to say no.
But you cannot say always yes, no? You have to say.
So I was wondering if you could maybe talk a little bit, before we talk about the No project, about Medina. It's just about to have a kind of a new show in Madrid, and it's being rediscovered. He's the great conceptual artist, one could say, of the 60s, 70s in Spain. Still not known outside of Spain, and he will have a show at the at the space of Elena Foster, a kind of a survey, and also a book at the Ivory Press. So I thought it would be interesting, because he isn't known in England, if you could tell us a little bit about him and the way he inspired you as a young artist when you started in Madrid.
Well, it was, for me, it was an example, no? Because in that time, the artistic scene was full of colors and full of happiness, no? Isidoro was following all the steps of conceptual art during the 80s, when everybody was living this aspect of their creation. And he was making it in a very pure way, so with no, with the ability to say no and to say yes, according with his interest. And to talk about Medina is to talk about the pieces he have done. No? I remember once in the Círculo de Bellas Artes, which is a very elitist institution in Madrid. He organized a dinner. Each day different dinner, and in the dinner what you received to eat was exactly the same that in the beggars' asylum the people was eating, no? And well, these kind of pieces are for sure amazing. Or he established a lot of conversation ad absurdum, no? With different institutions. For example, the last one was when he was invited to make a show in the Reina whatever museum. And he asked for the amount of money they dedicated to the budget of the museum, which is under the law. You can ask for the budget of the museum in Spain if you want. And they didn't make it the budget. He established a relation of years, writing absurd letters with the people in charge. So he's a kind of person with his own way, and I think he's very proud himself to don't be part of mainstream or to don't be part of any common knowledge. No, I think that he's a person that in a way loves this privacy of to work in like that, no? Saying no or yes, according with.
And how did they know?
But next time, ask him that you know me, and maybe.
No, we'll ask him in Madrid, because actually in February there will be this show. And I was wondering about your no, because we have your photographs, and there is also, the recurrent, sculptural no, which has appeared in many different contexts. I saw it in Madrid. It's a kind of it's a tour, really. It's a journey. Mm-hmm. How did it all start with your no project?
Well, I was thinking in my life, in a part. My life was the last years was traveling a lot and meeting different contexts and working in different areas. And I was thinking, why not to make the multi-contextual piece a piece that could look perfect everywhere, and I think no looks perfect everywhere. No, it's have a magnetic power. All the nodes you are carrying are going to the node directly. If you are not advised, if the node appears suddenly in a track, you think it's something about. So you cannot understand that it's simply a sculpture. No, it's a very powerful word. No, and it started to because I was thinking if I want to move one piece to many locations and to work in different locations, have to be very universal, no, the symbol. And I was thinking in Indiana and Love of Robert Indiana. I think that love was the sign of a time when was done. And I think that now is the sign of this time, no? Because now is what we have in mold letters at the entrance of everywhere with a list of prohibitions, or now is what we said to the power in many forms when they are trying to make our freedoms each time more and more big, no? So I think no was the inappropriate word, and it was working very well around the world. We not only have this now, we did some others now. For example, in this projection that you see, it's a projection of with a machine called Fulgurator. And it's an invention of Julius von Bismarck. And it's instead of projecting a flash, what projects is an image, but it's an image goes very quickly. No, you don't see it. Only you can see it through the camera, and it's activated through the flash of electronic cameras. So we were throwing nose to the Pope during his visit to Madrid, and many cameras catch it, but no eyes catch it, or no television catch it. So in a way it's a continuation of the no, but seems to be appropriate for a while now, for some more years, to make at least once a year an apparition, a new apparition of no.
And can you tell us a bit more about the tour? Because it's a whole tour. You've done a film in Washington, and obviously Washington is interesting because, as you told me once, it's the capital of the empire, and for you it made sense to carry the no to Washington, but it also went to Japan, it went to Eastern Europe. You were toying with the idea of taking it to Latin America. I mean, it's a sort of a no global tour, a bit like Martin Kippenberger always thought about this idea of tours. Can you tell us a little bit about how the tour evolved?
My first idea with now with the time and with the time on the road with this thing, I think it's impossible. But my first idea was to keep the no rolling all the time, because if some city is interested and can assume the costs of carrying the no, it's not that expensive, to carry the no. But you have to follow the no, and it's so I prefer not to. So if we have another opportunity to show it, we will show it. But I'm not trying to find more venues or more roads for the no. We started with 2 balls, because we just made the form. We didn't have any compromise for the no. And what I did was to try to transform each one of my shows in a show of the No Global Tour. And in that sense, I was trying to establish a route. And we started in Italy, the place where I was living at that moment, in Lucca. And then we made all the industrial area of the north of Italy and Austria. We went to all the east of Germany, to the west of Germany, Holland, UK, France, and all the coast of France, Spain too. The industrial areas of America, Detroit, Cleveland, etc. The capital, the symbolic capital, well, the capital of the economical empire, New York, and the military empire, Washington. So and then we stopped filming, but we didn't stop the tour. No, the tour was running, to Poland, to Japan, to many other places.
And will there be a road movie at the very end still, or?
What?
Because you said in Madrid that the idea would be that it's all part of a road movie each time.
Sí.
Yeah.
Sí, it's part of the. Yes, when I watch my photographs of this camera that I always bring after a trip, it's a small movie, no? And was very natural, no, to make the movie. We use a fantastic camera, Diego Santomé, and also we use a team of montage, very good people, Iman Aledo, but very few and very reduced team of people, no? And yes, was very natural, no? But to film and to follow and to catch the same photographs that I'm trying to catch when I'm making my own work. And also we mix the film with other pieces we found in the way, no? With, for example, the death counter, which I think is what they are installing now, no? The sound outside is the death counter, which is going to be outside, or the enterramiento en inglés. Okay, of 10 workers in Calambrone and on other pieces. No?
One last point about the No project is, as far as I understood, you also connected it to your web page, because one can actually go on your web page and almost request the piece for a local destination, wherever that could be. And you said that you were interested in this idea that actually it could travel anywhere and that the web would somehow coordinate. I was wondering, because also earlier this morning you referred a couple of times to your website, and we also decided to look at your website again, is to which extent the kind of internet changed the way you work, and if you can talk a little bit about your website, because it seems a very important feature for you to organize everything.
Yes, it's true. The thing, I was always taking care of my dossier, especially when I was trying to start working for professional art, no? And if you want to look professional, you have to make a very good dossier, no? And I was taking care of my dossier, more of my general production, in the sense that I was thinking what piece is missing in my dossier, no? And this continues with more tools, with obviously with internet, no? Where I can explain very well what I have done, no? So for me it's basic, no, for organizing. I hear myself very high, no?
Can you all hear Santiago? Is it working with the sound?
But I hear myself like...
So there seems to be an acoustic
I think it's focused to me, the sound, because... No? Hola.
Can you hear this?
Just better.
Can we try again?
Sí.
It's better?
Yes, and now in the website we are trying to transform it in an archive, no? In the archive of photographs during all of these years, and also my work produced a lot of, more than sales, produced literature, no? A lot of literature. There is a lot of text brought about that, and we want to complete a little bit the website.
And are there any feedback loops? Because obviously, with the idea of if people could, for example, through the website, get the note to their city, that's a different form of using the website, no? It becomes more a feedback.
Yes. Well, we receive many people, sometimes I receive people asking me to bring it to their town, but nothing else.
Yeah.
So if they want to bring it to your own town, you have to tell me, so how much, because it costs money, the truck, and that's it. It's possible to order the No Global Tour in your city online.
And obviously the website brings us also to the archive of all your films, and about this we're going to talk, because the exhibition here also shows a lot of your films, and we looked this morning at many of these films, which is an incredible archive. But before moving to that, I had a last question about the No, because one very direct manifestation of the No is a letter you actually send to reject the National Art Prize awarded by the Spanish Ministry of Culture, where you said no. You said, "Dear Mrs. González Cinde, I thank very much the art professionals who recognized me and evaluated me the way they did. Nevertheless, in my opinion, prizes are awarded to those who have rendered service, as for instance in the case of an employee of the month. I wish to make clear now that art has given me freedom, which I'm not ready to give up." And following that, you basically declared to Mrs. González Cinde your rejection of the National Art Prize. Can you tell us a little bit about this, which has created so much, press and was discussed in Spain in a national way?
I think that, first talking about prices, I think prices is a way of buying the people. It's a way of tell the people, okay, now we are in good relations, so peace between you and me, no? And also it's have something perverse, no? I remember in Spain and also in Mexico, I imagine that here is the same. So there is a politic of prices, not prices, but at the beginning it's a stipendium, then prices, then, and I think it's something like educate dogs, no? To make them understand that they are not going to be in serious problem with institutions or whatever, no? And in that case was a high price, was 30,000, was to say, under my opinion, it's like to say, shut up, no? 30,000, calm down. We are going to make a photo with you and with a lot of people with cravate, and you will appear in the newspaper, and I didn't accept this.